Segment 2, Fryer Daily Use. In this segment, we will cover everyday operation and care for your Collectramatic fryer. We will cover daily start and heat up procedures, how to correctly load your baskets, how to fry using your Collectramatic fryer including both manual and lift assist product drop and product removal, how to properly filter your oil, and how to properly shut down your fryer at the end of the day. Daily startup. In the morning before turning on the fryer, you must check the oil level and verify that the fryer is filled to the minimum fill line. If the fryer is below that level, top off with fresh oil. Next, you'll want to dip your frying basket into the oil, then let it drain. This is done for lubrication and for reducing product sticking to the basket. If you're using a quarter rack basket, move all the shelves to the bottom before you dip the basket into the oil. If you're using a clamshell basket, dip the top side into the oil upside down, then flip around and lower the basket bottom side first. Pull basket back out of the oil and let the basket drain by leaning the basket to one side. Baskets only need to be dipped at the start of the day or after they've been washed. Next, you'll want to install your lid gasket. Your lid gasket should be stored in a container of water in your walk-in cooler. Remove the gasket from the container and dip the gasket in your fryer pot. Apply a coat of oil around the gasket. Using your fingers, find the seam of the gasket. Starting at the top, place the gasket onto the lid. You will want the seam to be in the 6 o'clock position. Next, you'll want to turn your fryer on. Flip the toggle switch up. Now select your desired channel. You should notice the heat lamp turning on, then off. This is normal during the heat up process. Your fryer is now heating up. During the heat up process, the controller will display stir. Do not stir the oil at this point. When the fryer gets to temperature, it will display drop. At this point, using your plugging tool and wearing gloves, stir the oil vigorously and deeply down into the collector. You will notice the temperature dropping. Wait until the controller displays drop again and repeat the stirring process. You will need to repeat this process one more time and then you'll be ready to insert your heat plate. Wearing gloves and using your drain hook, insert the side peg of the drain hook into the hole on the heat plate and drop the heat plate down into the collector. Your fryer is now ready for you to begin frying product. Basket loading. First, we'll cover how to properly load your clamshell basket. Open your clamshell basket and load from the top shelf down. When placing your chicken on the shelves, ensure that you leave the center clear. If you have a quarter rack basket, there are 2 ways to load the shelves. This is the correct placement for 8 cut chicken. And this is the correct placement for 9 cut chicken. After placing chicken on the shelf, pull the chicken slightly to the outside edge. This prevents the chicken from sticking together during the frying process. If you are loading the full basket, start loading the shelves starting at the very bottom and work your way up. If you are not fully loading the basket, start loading one up from the bottom shelf. Manual drop. Once you have your basket loaded and your fryer is heated up and displaying drop, you are ready to drop your chicken. Wearing gloves and using the drain hook, lower your basket down into the fryer pot. If using a quarter rack basket, slightly rotate the basket as you are lowering it into the fry pot. Unhook the drain hook and close the lid. Pull handlebar back until it locks into place. Now press your desired channel and your fryer should start to count down. Lift assist drop. In this section, we'll cover how to drop product in your fryer using the Winston lift assist. After you have loaded the chicken on your quarter rack shelves, place the shelves on a sheet pan. One sheet pan will hold 4 shelves. If you're cooking 6 heads, you will need 1 sheet pan and 1 half sheet pan. Attach your quarter rack basket to the lift assist arm hook. If your fryer is equipped with the tray brackets, attach your sheet pan with the product to the tray bracket and load the basket. Start at the bottom and load to the top. After your product is loaded into the basket, ensure that the fryer is displaying drop. Press the left side toggle switch down and the product should start to lower into the fryer pot. You might have to use the handle to help guide the basket down into the fryer. When the basket stops and is fully submerged in the oil, lower the arm approximately 2 inches further. Push the hook back and slide the arm up and lock into place. Swing arm out of the way, close and lock the lid, and select your desired channel. Manual product removal. When your cook cycle has counted down to 0, the controller will alert you with an audible sound and display done. Wearing gloves, press down on the lid lock to release any remaining pressure. The lid should slightly drop when this excess pressure is released. Slide the handlebar forward and out of the front lid block. Raise the lid. Using a towel, wipe the condensation off the inside of the lid. Using your drain hook, latch onto the handle of the basket, and with both hands lift the basket out of the fryer and attach the drain hook to the front lid block. Deselect the channel button and let the product rest and drain. Lift assist product removal. When your cook cycle has counted down to 0, the controller will alert you with an audible sound and display done. Wearing gloves, press down on the lid lock to release any remaining pressure. Slide the handlebar forward and out of the front lid block. Raise the lid. Using a towel, wipe the condensation off the inside of the lid. Swing lift assist arm over the fryer pot. Unlatch and slide basket hook down and onto the basket. Press the left toggle switch up and allow the lift assist to raise the basket up and out of the fry pot. Deselect the channel button and allow your product to rest and drain. After your product has rested and is drained, it is time to remove the product from the basket. If your fryer is equipped with the tray bracket, attach a sheet pan to the tray bracket. Using the quarter rack shelf handle, remove the shelves starting at the top and working your way down to the bottom. Brush and scrape. It is important to brush the elements and scrape the fryer pot between every fry. Wearing gloves and using the element brush, brush the elements using both a vertical and horizontal motion. Ensure that you brush both between the elements in the fryer wall and the inside of the elements. Using the spatula, scrape any buildup off the fryer pot walls. Exit cool. In efforts to save oil life, the Collectramatic fryer comes pre-programmed with an auto cool feature. After cooking or when a fryer sits idle for a while, the fryer allows the oil to rest at a lower temperature. To get out of auto cool, simply press the exit cool button one time. Select a different channel if needed. It can take several minutes to return to the drop temperature. Oil filtering and polishing. In this section, we'll go over the procedure for properly filtering and polishing your oil. You should filter your oil after every 20 rounds of full loads on a 6-head fryer and every 30 rounds of full loads on a 4-head fryer, or after cooking 120 heads of chicken. You should polish your oil at least once a day. The first thing you need to do is install your filter paper on the filter plate. Slide the filter paper onto the plate. Ensure that the hole in the paper lines up with the hole in the filter plate. Fold the excess paper underneath the plate. Next, you want to attach the filter tube and clamp to the filter plate. Loosen the 2 wing nuts on the clamp. Slide the clamp onto the filter plate end that has the hole. You should feel the filter tube slide into the filter plate hole. Tighten the 2 wing nuts to secure the clamp to the filter plate. Next, set the filter plate and filter tube into the filter machine. Attach the filter tube hose to the pump input connection. Now you want to attach the filter hose and wand to the pump output connection. Next, you'll want to roll the filter machine under the fryer. Ensure the fryer drain is over the filter tank. It is very important to make sure that you turn the fryer off before draining the fryer. Open the fryer drain valve and allow the oil to flow into the filter tank. Drain the oil out until it stops flowing from the drain. Using the drain hook, remove the heat plate from the collector. Place the wand down into the fryer pot, turn on the filter machine, and use the wand to spray oil around in the pot to help rinse the pot clean. Shut the filter machine off and allow the oil to drain from the fryer. Next, using your displacer, slowly push the displacer down into the collector, forcing oil in the collector to rise and exit the drain valve. Slowly remove the displacer from the collector. Close the drain valve at this time. Using the drain hook, remove the collector from the fryer. Pour remaining oil and cracklings from the collector into the filter machine. Remove the collector gasket and clean the collector and gasket in warm soapy water. If it's time to rotate your collector gasket, remove the replacement gasket from the walk-in cooler and replace your gasket. Dip the gasket in oil. Using your fingers, apply a coat of oil to the gasket. Next, install the gasket onto the collector, ensuring to not overstretch it. Place the collector down into the fryer with the collector loop on the front side. Using the plugging tool, tap the collector back down into place. Ensure that the collector is fully seated. Insert the filter wand into the fryer, placing the wand between the element and the side of the fryer pot, and turn on the filter machine. Pump the filtered oil back into the fryer. Once the filter machine has pumped all the oil from the filter tank into the fryer, turn off the filter machine. Remove the filter paper and discard. Clean all components of the filter machine. Inspect the oil level of your fryer. Top the fryer off to the minimum fill line if needed. You are ready at this point to turn your fryer back on and continue frying. At least once during the day you will need to polish your oil during filtering. To polish your oil, simply drain your oil from the fryer into the filter tank, insert the wand down into the filter tube and plate outlet, and turn the pump on. Let the filter run for about 15 minutes. After polishing your oil, you can pump the oil back into the fryer using the hose and wand. End of day shutdown. At the end of the day, shut your fryer off. Filter your oil following the filtering procedure. Drain your fryer muffler if equipped. Inspect your dead weight and the vent block. Remove the lid gasket. Clean the lid gasket and store the gasket in water in the walk-in cooler.